Good evening. Welcome to Finance Ethics Frontline. I'm Sin Hui Yi. Touch and go e-wallets have become part of daily life for 60 million Malaysians, but such of recent cybersecurity incidents is eroding user trust. According to data from the Malaysian Cybersecurity Agency, fraud cases involving e-wallets increased by over 65% in the first half of 2024 alone. Tonight, we investigate the ethical failures behind these security risks. First, we look at the most rampant form of fraud, phishing scams. We go live to our reporter, Carol Tanchani.
This is Carol reporting from the Cybersecurity Analysis Center. I have the latest report here. Phishing scam account for a shocking
64%
of all touch and go related fraud cases. Scammer create fake official touch and go SMS message, creating a sense of urgency to user into clicking malicious link. We have reconstructed a typical attack. The user received what appeared to be an official touch and go security alert. They click the link, which take them to a fake website of the touch and go login page. Within 15 seconds of entering, their personal data is compromised. The critical question we must ask is, how do this malicious link consistently bypass touch and go detection system? Is this simply insufficient investment in cybersecurity technology, or does it reflect a deeper misplacement of ethical priorities where user growth and convenience are valued above genuine security? Back to you in the studio.
Besides technical problems, a systemic lack of user protection is equally alert. Next, reporter Lo Yi brings us another spin on of this investigation from the Consumer Rights Center.
Thank you, Hui. While technical holes can be patched, what's more worrying is that appears to be a systemic failure in user protections. We have investigating numerous complaints exclusively to one victim, who we are calling Miss Chan, to protect her identity. Let's hear her story. Hi, Miss Chan.
It happened on Tuesday afternoon, and I received a call from someone claiming to be from Touch and Go Security. What made me believe them was their new things. They mentioned my last 3 transactions: the petrol station, the grocery store, and the parking payment. They say there's suspicious activity and my account would be frozen unless I verified my identity immediately. They sound so professional and so urgent, so I give them the verification code that came to my phone. 3,000 ringgit, just gone in minutes. When I realized what happened, I called the Touch and Go official customer service immediately. I was on hold for 40 minutes. When I finally got through, they told me there was nothing they could do. You're authorized the transaction, they say. They could not recover the funds for the authorized transaction. I followed all their security advice. I used a stronger password and I never shared my details before. But when I need help, there was nothing. Just 40 minutes of waiting and a policy.
Thank you, Miss Chan. Miss Chan audio is not the only one case. Our investigations has uncovered a pattern. While Touch and Go officials customer service often has long wait times, these scam operations are running 24 hours, 7 days, with immediate response to their victims. These exposed, we believe, are 3 fundamental ethical issues within Touch and Go current approach. First, a severe lack of proactive user education. Second, a broken crisis response mechanism. 40 minutes wait during financial emergency are not unacceptable. The third, ambiguous accountability, where terms and conditions appear to shift almost all risks to certain users. This leads us to ask, does the approach violate the fundamental Fintech principle of fair dealing? Where is the balance of responsibility between corporations and individual users? What's the latest from the Consumer Rights Center? Back to the studio.
Thank you, Yi. Faced with these recurring security flaws and protection failures, what ethical responsibility should fintech firms like Touch and Go bear? To help us understand this, we joined by 2 experts. First, let's hear from cybersecurity experts, Dr. Lee, on the technical ethics perspective. Hi, Dr. Lee.
Thank you. From a technical ethics perspective, Touch and Go must implement what we call a 3-layer defense framework. This isn't just about technology, it's about ethical design. For first layer, proactive user education at the front end before attacks happen. For second layer, real-time behavior monitoring in the middle, detecting anomalies as they occur. For third layer, rapid compassionate responsive the back end when violations happen regardless. What's clearly missing from Touch and Go current approach is transparency. As we know that users don't know how their data is actually protected, what monitoring is in place, or what happens when things go wrong. But more crucially, this must be ethical security by design, not security as an afterthought. That means embedding the fundamental principle of do no harm from the very beginning of product development, not patching ethical consideration to finished products.
Thank you, Doctor. From an ethical framework perspective, how should companies structure their accountability? Let's move to analysis from Fintech ethics specialist Professor Tang. Hi, Professor Tang.
Based on Dr. Lee's point, the core issue is accountability, not just technology. I propose 3 ethical principles. First, proactive protection principles. Actively hunt for vulnerabilities to prevent harm. Second, proportional responsibility principle. A company's responsibility must match its vastly greater power and knowledge compared to a user. Third, remedial justice principle. Provide clear, fair compensation where failures occur. In practice, companies like Touch & Go must establish a user security fund and publish quarterly transparent security reports. Without this, we are not discussing cybersecurity. We are discussing corporate responsibility avoidance.
Thank you both. Tonight's investigation reveals what might the most uncomfortable truth in modern finance. Cybersecurity is not just a technical battle between hackers and firewalls. It is an ethical choice. A choice about what we value more, seamless convenience or journey security. A choice about who bears risk. Sophisticated corporation, individual users. When companies consistently prioritize user growth metrics over security investment, when convenience design choice creates security vulnerabilities, when terms and conditions shift or risk onto the most vulnerable users, what we lost is not just money. We lost something for more valuable, trust in digital finance itself. Most of the industry leaders serving 60 million Malaysians, Touch & Go has both an opportunity and a duty to set a new higher standard for what ethical fintech looks like. We call for 3 concrete change. First, transparent security policies that users can actually understand. Second, clear lines of accountability when systems fail. And third, user protection that treats victims with dignity. Not just policy violations, because ultimately, the true values of financial technology isn't measured in transaction volumes or user numbers. It's measured in trust. The trust that when we embrace digital finance, we won't be left alone when it fails us. Thank you for watching Finance Ethics Frontline. I am Xin Hui Yi.